WIZO now has 250,000 members worldwide, and WIZO is the largest Jewish women's network in Great Britain. Our mission is humanitarian, helping the welfare needs of the underprivileged in Israel. With 800 social welfare projects throughout Israel, we benefit more than 1 in 8 Israeli citizens. This includes over 52,000 children. Founded in 1918, we have much to celebrate. But this year we do so under a cloud of urgent need. The state of Israel is in a state of economic collapse. 1 out of every 3 children live below the poverty line. Families are becoming increasingly dysfunctional. More Jewish people than ever need WIZO to keep their families together. The costs of increased security are taking their toll on Israel and on WIZO. All our projects need new security, with more effective fencing and barriers, more security officers, more security training. And this all costs more money to ensure the safety of all those that we help, and our staff, and our visitors. The problem is particularly acute in the northern city of Afula. Frequently targeted by terrorists, it is just a few minutes' walk from Jenin. Afula has always been a low-income place, but now the poverty is hitting harder than ever. WIZO funds 3 projects here. At the Nir HaEmek Youth Village and School, 1,200 youngsters receive a special education. "50% are immigrants from the former Soviet Union and Ethiopia. Most of the rest are very poor local children. Mealtime is especially important. Because of government cutbacks, state schools do not provide food. So we provide food for all our pupils and also for other local children in need. We treat everyone like family. WIZO helps many who have been traumatized by terrorism, like 18-year-old Shmulik Popolovich, who attends our school. This is his family. His father had a shop next to the bus station. He escaped terrorists 3 times.
At a bus station in Afula, Israel, a suspected Palestinian militant has killed 3 civilians and wounded 13 others as they waited for their bus. Another terrorist incident in Afula. Israeli police have chased and shot dead 2 Palestinian terrorists in a parking lot after the Palestinian gunmen attacked the crowded bus station there, killing 2 Israelis and wounding 36 people in a shooting spree. Noam Gazovsky and Michel Moore were killed at point-blank range. Yasser Arafat's Fatah group and Islamic Jihad claimed responsibility. Yet another terrorist atrocity in Afula. A large number of people were injured and a passenger killed when a suicide bomber exploded in a bus as it entered the Afula Central bus station today. This time, Islamic Jihad claimed responsibility.
We used to have a shop here, this shop. It was a butcher's. And my father has to close the store and to quit his job because of the terror attack that took place in here. 2 terrorists came from that direction. They were running towards this direction. They stopped by the cars that were on the road and shoot into the cars. And into buses that were passing here. After that, they ran this direction and shot everyone they saw. You can see the bullet holes. One of the terrorists were standing here on the road. My father was outside the shop, the blue shop. He was standing there with my mother. The terrorist looked into his eyes and started shooting at him. My father then ran quickly into the shop and closed the door behind him. He laid on the floor and waited for his death to come.
This is the first time I'm coming back here because I want to the people of in England that raise money for the WIZO, see how we live and what the terrorism make us.
Like his father and many young people in Afula, Shmulik gets special therapy for the psychological effects of terrorism.
It's not, I don't have much food at home because I don't work. And that's it. I can't buy my children what they want. Nothing. Vizo was very helpful for me because they give my wife a work that I can survive. My children is learning Nir HaEmek in this school. After the school, they stay in the school and eat in lunch.
Vizo saved us. Without Vizo, we don't know how we'll be, how we'll survive in this rough country when the life is so hard and the economy situation is so hard. Vizo is a savior.
Chedva is a single mother with 4 children. Her only income is from government benefits, £180 a month. But the government has recently cut this to just £110 a month. So often there's no food in the house. But now, she and her children can eat and receive help from WIZO's daycare, keeping them together as a family. WIZO's daycare provides for many at-risk children. It can be the only place they play with other children, or get a nutritious meal. And it's often the only place they receive real love and affection, allowing them just for once to sleep soundly. The children are sent to us by the municipality welfare services, who cannot cope.
The children are being sent since the parents have some problem, financial or mental, or difficulties to provide the children the basic needs that a child needs.
Baruch Peretz works for a minimum wage cleaning floors at a nearby paper factory. He and his family are only together thanks to WIZO. He's a mensch and he has a lovely family.
Baruch.
Elior. Eden. Chen.
שובל וברוריה. שובל וברוריה.
I get up very early in the morning. I pray, I help my wife if there's time, and I get a hug from the kids, which is very important before work.
The mother is she tries. She has 4 kids. I mean, as much as you explain to her, she's not reading, she can't read and write. And so she really do the basic. They're clean, she's feeding them, she do as much as she can, but the kids needs a lot. We don't just take care of the kids, we try to be a place that the parents will come.
WIZO's professional staff give Baruch and Bruria's baby appropriate attention with specialist motor sensory equipment to encourage physical and mental development.
She has a genetic illness and she's 18 months. She looks like a 3-4 months old baby. She needs a lot of work, a lot of attention.
We had some cases that a child came twice with broken legs or with cigarette burns on his face or body, in order that the children won't be taken to foster homes or foster parents or boarding schools. This is the last chance of the parents to act as parents. We try and train and give the parents skills how to do things, become better parents. If we had more money, we would have invested it in the children. We have 87 children in the daycare. It's full. We have a waiting list of children, and we cannot provide more than we have now.
Our third project in Afula is the community centre. Eti Sabag was forced into marriage at 16 and didn't finish school. Her husband abused her terribly. My husband tried to open a casino after jail. There was a disagreement with a second casino owner who planned to murder my husband. My 2 little boys saw their father stabbed 17 times. It was awful. I had no money. I was in a deep depression. For 3 months I was at home. I couldn't look after my children. I couldn't afford school books or clothes or even food for my children. The authorities were going to take my children away. Etty joined a WIZO empowerment course to put her life back together. And with some financial assistance, she began a cosmetics business from home. And now she can buy enough food for her family. Without WIZO, I would have committed suicide. But Baruch Hashem, I've developed and have a much better life. Here at the community centre, we help victims of domestic violence like Etty and the underprivileged to become part of mainstream society, enabling people to better help themselves and their families. Our workshops and enrichment classes help the unemployed, and the Ulpan helps immigrants to learn Hebrew. The community centre also helps kids to stay off the streets and much more.
We save students who dropped out of school and can't find their way to education. We work with them to save them from crime and drugs. Sometimes we care more than their parents.
We have good results. We have mothers that know better how to educate their kids. We have fathers that understand that they cannot be away from the families and be there. We have children that can do better in school. But it is such a long way because the situation gets worse and worse all the time.
WIZO resources in Afula are stretched. The community centre is closing programmes, and without additional funding, the centre could be closed down altogether.
We need WIZO.
WIZO is my family.
I hope you will help WIZO.
We save.
We care.
WIZO.
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 משפחה.